Saraswati Vidyalaya Union High School and Junior College welcomes all the students of Standard 9. I, Mrs. Manisha Chaudhary, is here to present Political Science Chapter 6 International Problems. Part 1. Let us begin. International Problems. Till the last chapter, we studied the sovereign states in the international system, India's foreign policy, and India's defense system. We also studied the objectives of the United Nations. In this chapter, we are going to study some important international problems. Some problems are not restricted to any one country. They affect many countries and eventually all the countries of the world. These problems that affect the whole world are called international problems. In order to solve these international problems, all nations need to make joint efforts. In this chapter, we shall therefore study problems related to human rights, environment, and terrorism. Even the questions of refugees are now assuming global proportions. Hence, we shall consider this issue as well. So, students, in this lesson, international problems, we are going to study the problems which many countries of the world face, and we require a joint effort to solve these problems. Now, some of the international problems are the problems related to human rights, environment, and terrorism. And then there are questions of refugees also. Now, what are these refugees? The refugees are those people who leave their country or they are forced due to some war-like or situation or political or social reasons. So they are forced to leave their country and they cross the border and they come to another country to seek the shelter there. These are refugees. So the question of refugees is also assuming global proportions in these international problems. So one by one we are going to study them. Let us see now human rights. The concept of human rights has emerged from the concept of natural rights. Natural rights are those rights that are endowed with because we are born as human beings. In the same vein, human rights are those rights that are necessary for living as a human being and as a constituent of society. The American and the French revolutions proclaimed liberty, equality, fraternity, and justice as human rights. The idea that in order to realize these rights, a democratic form of government is essential was strengthened. So, students, in the human rights, there are some rights which are emerged from the concept of natural rights. Now, what are these natural rights? They are those rights that are given because we are born as human beings. So, if we are born as a human being, then the rights which we get, they are called as natural rights. Now, in the same way, if you follow the same vein, that is the same stream, then human rights are those that are necessary for living, the basic rights which are necessary for living as a human being and as a constituent of society. Now, American and French revolutions, they have occurred long back, centuries before, isn't it? So, they have proclaimed liberty, equality, fraternity, and justice as human rights. So, they have given in their constitution liberty, equality, fraternity, and justice as human rights to all their citizens. And the idea there was to realize these rights, a democratic form of government was essential, which was necessary to give this human rights. So, democratic form of government is essential. It was strengthened. This idea was strengthened. After that, several European nations adopted democratic constitutions and governments. This brought limits on the authority of the state. The main responsibility of the state came to be understood to be the protection of citizens' rights. So, when America and French they adopted this democratic form of government, then many European nations also adopted democratic constitutions and governments. And the idea behind this was that the state, means whichever government comes in the power, that they should give protection to the citizens' rights. That was the purpose behind it. Rise of the concept of human rights in international relations. After the United Nations was established, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights was prepared. It was adopted in the United Nations General Assembly by a majority vote on 10th December 1948. Later, in 1966, the United Nations General Assembly adopted the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, ICCPR, and the Internal Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights, that is ICESCR. These two covenants are a part of international law. Member nations of the United Nations are bound to observe them. Now students, we have seen that United Nations was formed in the year 1948. Now during that time only they had adopted on 10th December 1948 by a majority vote the Declaration of Human Rights. And then in 1966 this United Nations General Assembly they adopted the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, that is ICCPR. Covenant means an agreement, legal agreement. And the Internal Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights, that is ICESCR. This was also adopted by the United Nations General Assembly. And according to these two covenants, that is according to ICCPR and according to ICESCR, all the member nations they are bound to observe them, means they have to follow them. Human rights include the important rights to live, food, clothing, shelter, education and health. The state has to see to it that these rights are available to everybody. Now, students, we say human rights. Now, what are these human rights? They are the basic things like everybody should get the right to live, life, then food, clothing, shelter, and also education and health. And the state means the government, whoever is there ruling in that particular country or in that place, they have to see to it that these rights, these basic rights, they are available to each and every citizen, to each and every person. The question of human rights was raised in United Nations General Assembly on several occasions during the Cold War period. Racial segregation in Africa was said to be against human rights, and hence it was decided to boycott the regime there. Freedom for colonies and insistence on the democratic system could be cited as examples of the same. In modern times, problems like struggle against racism, border disputes, terrorism are jeopardizing human rights on a large scale. Apart from this, the concept of human rights has broadened due to several issues of global nature like contagious diseases, the threat to environment, natural disasters, etc. Human rights today also include goals like protection of the environment and sustainable development. So, students, we can see that in the United Nations General Assembly, the question of human rights was raised, and it was raised on the several occasions during the Cold War period. Earlier, there was Cold War between America and Russia, but later on, when Russia disintegrated, the Cold War came to an end. Now, racial segregation in Africa, that is, separating people of different races, that is called as segregation, and this was said to be against human rights, and hence it was decided in that United Nations General Assembly to boycott the regime, that is the rule there. And freedom for colonies, so whichever colonies are acquired or are occupied by the nations, freedom should be given to them, and insistence on the democratic system should be cited as examples of the same. All this was done in the United Nations General Assembly. Voice was raised that time. In modern times now, problems like struggle against racism, then border disputes, terrorism are jeopardizing, means they are endangering or they are destroying the human rights on a large scale. So nowadays you have all these problems. Apart from this, the concept of human rights was broadened due to several issues of global nature like contagious diseases, the threat to environment. So human rights concept broadened slowly and slowly as and when the world became more and more modernized. So it got broadened, and several issues like contagious diseases, then the endangering of the environment, pollution and all other things, natural disasters. There are sometimes earthquakes, sometimes tsunamis. These all come under natural disasters, etc. Now, human rights today also include goals like protection of the environment and sustainable development. So, in this human rights then, protection of the environment and also sustainable, that is the use of natural products and energy that does not harm the environment, that should be used, that is sustainable development was emphasized. So students, we will stop here, read the lesson till here. We will continue later. Thank you.